Hey guys, I'm Stephanie and this is Steph Stove, and today we're going to be taking some buttery popcorn, gooey marshmallows, and sweet candy goodness and putting them together in none other than a old-fashioned popcorn cake. Now, this is not your grandma's popcorn balls. It is ooey gooey goodness, salty, sweet, just full of deliciousness that's guaranteed to steal the show. So let me show you how to do it. All right, first things first, we're going to be using a bundt pan to create our popcorn cake. And I went ahead and sprayed mine really well with nonstick spray. You need to spray it extremely well. Make sure you're getting all the cracks and crevices all up through the center really well. And then we're going to set this to the side. Now, next thing we need to do, I need to move my kettle. This is my pretty kettle, Kinsey Child's kettle. My husband got me for my birthday. I love it. Move that to the side. Move this over so we can use it. And then we are going to get a medium-sized pot. I'm going to use kind of a larger stock pot for this, so it'll be nice and kind of even at the bottom. I'm going to take 1 stick of butter. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to melt my butter. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my stovetop on kind of a medium heat. We're just going to stick that butter in there and let it start melting. Now, in this large bowl here, I'll try to move this over so you can see, and hopefully the light won't be too bright against that stainless bowl. Move that over. We're going to add all of the, kind of I would say, accoutrements of this. So, for our popcorn cake, we're going to add M&Ms. Now, I'm using peanut M&Ms because that's what I like in these. You're going to need about 16 ounces. Now, this particular size is a 12 ounce, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'll put all my M&Ms in the bottom. My husband really likes peanut butter, so I'm going to add a little 4 ounce, just like a little movie theater box of Reese's Pieces in it. So the 12 ounce and the 4 will equal a 16 ounce portion of my candies in here. So I can get this open. Now, you could do this with any color M&Ms. Like for the holiday, I think they've got some patriotic ones that are coming out. You could add those. You could add little harvest ones. If you wanted all Reese's Pieces for the fall, you do Easter colored ones. That's just completely up to you. And since they have so many colors, you can kind of customize this for whatever the occasion. Get this open. Then I've got a 16 ounce container here. And these are dry roasted peanuts. We're going to use the whole thing. Peanuts. We already got some candy goodness. Look at this. Reese's, M&Ms, peanuts, all of that. And you just want to kind of, I know it's a little loud, mix these together. Make sure that they're nice and well mixed. Make sure the colors are somewhat distributed too. Now, next thing I want to add, just because, like I said, we really like peanuts and peanut butter, I just got a little small container. And these are little mini Reese's. You can do this however you choose. You can even add Milk Duds, would be really good. And add some mini Reese's in there. It's like movie night at its best. All distributed. Then I'm going to set this to the side. For our popcorn, it is a popcorn cake. Our butter is almost melted. Let's get this checked. We want our butter melted first. Kind of swish that around. Leave that going just another minute or so. We are going to use popcorn. Now you're going to just use 1 microwave bag of popcorn to it. I went ahead and microwaved mine. Usually, about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, depending on what your microwave setting is. I'm using buttered popcorn. If you don't want to use buttered popcorn and you want to do this plain, you can. But in my opinion, the buttered popcorn makes it even better. It's like a movie night experience all combined. With your popcorn, you do want to go through and check and that all your kernels are popped. Now, while I'm saying that, let me check my butter again. It's almost melted. All right. If for any reason they are not, you want to remove these. So I'm going to kind of slowly take my popcorn out. I don't want to dump my popcorn in here in the beginning because, again, if I have any unpopped kernels, obviously like that, I don't want those going in. I want to pick those out and be kind of very choosy about what goes in. All right, I'm going to pause just a second and move back over here to our butter because it's almost completely melted. Move this way. You can see it's nice and melty. Then we are going to add to this, we're going to add some marshmallows to it. Now, I'm using mini marshmallows. You can use large marshmallows. If you're using large marshmallows, you would almost want to count them out exactly. I'm going to turn my heat down to about kind of between 5 and 4. Again, if you're using large marshmallows, you want to count these out till about 53 exactly. I know that sounds strange, but you do need about 53. I'm going to need about 7 cups. So I'm just roughly doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that rest, it will end up 7 for there. So that's a perfect mix. So pretty much the whole bag. Like I said, usually I use large ones, but I didn't have any large ones. I had to use minis. And what we're going to do, we're going to continue cooking this, and I'm going to drop me down to about 4 now. My marshmallows and butter until they are well combined. We want that stringy goodness. Kind of think about like if you're making Rice Krispie treats. You want that stringy, melting marshmallow goodness. I'm just kind of leaning my pot up so it won't get too terribly hot on the bottom. Get that goodness going. And just keep stirring until it is completely melted. Now, I know somebody's going to ask, could you do this portion in the microwave? I guess you could. It's just as easy for me while I'm over here to do it on the stovetop. And I'm sure you could do it in the microwave. You just need to watch it very carefully to make sure that the marshmallows do not scorch. So just kind of mixing this up, and you'll see it kind of real time. It takes just no time at all. That wonderful marshmallow goodness. All right, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to set this over here to the side so it's off the heat while we're continuing to go through and check our popcorn. Because again, we need to get just the popcorn, none of the unpopped kernels. And you'll see, and most of us know, there's always unpopped kernels at the bottom. And the last thing we want to do is bite into any of this and crack a tooth. That's not fun at all. To see I had about that many left that were not popped. I'm just going to kind of loosely blend this. I need a bigger bowl. Let me transfer to a bigger one. All right, got a big plastic bowl. We'll have to be careful with this as I add the marshmallow to it. Put this all together. That looks like just a good snack mix right there. Feels like we're ready for moving on. All right, now we're going to take this marshmallow that we have melted and put it all over our popcorn. Look at that. All in there. And now the ooey gooey sticky part, we need to go in and mix all this goodness together. Come over here. So just mixing this until every bit of it is coated. And it will look like these little stringy webs. That's what we want. All that stringy goodness coating on it. Every bit of it. This is what it should look like before we transition. All right, we're nicely mixed together. So I'm going to bring my well-greased bundt pan back. And we're going to take this very carefully and transition it to, like I said, it is a gooey, sticky mess at this point. And that's the way it's supposed to be. We're going to transition this to, very carefully, our bundt pan. Look at that. It's very important that you get it evenly distributed within the pan. It's a little tricky, but do your best. You can see this truly fills this bundt pan up. We have a few of our candies in the bottom. We need to make sure to get all of those off. And now, we're going to take our hands, get that off in just a second. If you have some butter handy, or spray your hands. I'm going to use some butter on my hands. You're going to press this firmly into the bundt pan, covering all of the little crevices. So that butter on your hands helps because it is extremely sticky. So you got a firm seal all the way around. If you crack one of the candies, it's okay. So you can see I just cracked that one. It's just fine. But that pressure, having it all the way down, is going to be very, very important. All right, now while we have it all in the pan, and they're pretty right there, we're going to go in, and this will need to set up in the refrigerator. So I'm going to pop this in the refrigerator, and it's going to set for about 30 minutes to an hour until it's nice and firm. Then we'll take it out, unveil it, and take a bite. See you back in a little while. All right, this has been in the refrigerator a little over an hour, and it's nice and firm in here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it, I'm going to turn it out on the cake plate, and hopefully it comes out well. This is the time that we all cross our fingers for. So what we need to do, first of all, get a pot holder to put this on. We need to take, you can do this with a butter knife. I'm going to use an offset spatula here, and you just want to go around the edges and kind of loosen it up. So when it does get inverted, it will come out nicely. You can do this with a skewer, long toothpick, but you just want to kind of help it out because of that sticky mess. It is rather stuck, and we want it to come out. It's starting to come up, so it's perfect. Now, first thing, some of you may never have heard of a popcorn cake. If you have or haven't, drop me a comment and let me know. Also, tell me what kind of goodness would you like in your popcorn cake, because this is one of those, if you know, you know, it's good. Now, I'm going to invert this. This is just a cake round here. I'm going to invert it. Oh, did you hear it? I heard it flop out. It's the good thing about a bundt pan. You can hear that plop. So let's hope it's intact. It is. Look, that's where that extra grease in that pan comes out super good. Now this is probably one of the easiest cakes you'll ever make, and will be an amazing hit with your family. Look at that, just beautiful. Looks like a party in a cake mound, doesn't it? Now we need to dive into it and slice it. All right, here we go. What piece do you want? Let's see, that one's got some Reese's peanut butter cups. We want a particular color. Oh gosh, the options of where to start. Look at that big piece of popcorn right there. It's like it's smothered in marshmallow. think that's where I want to start. Come all the way down. We want a nice slice. I'm trying to rock the knife in there so I don't smash. Ooh, look at that. A little M&M try to get away. Not so. We'll eat it. It's a movie night. And again, I'm just rocking the knife in here because you want it to be a slice. So take your time as you're slicing it because you do not want to tear the rest of the cake up. Look at that packed. Look at that. Look at that. Ooey gooey goodness right there. Doesn't that look amazing? I'm Stephanie and this has been Steph Stove, where today we made this. Oh, it weighs a lot too. This luscious popcorn cake. I told you it is not your grandma's popcorn ball at all. Now you can customize this any way you choose. And it's one of those things. This is a little slice I had for me. If you know, you know. It's delicious. It's probably one of the easiest cake dessert recipes you'll ever make. And I have never met a person that doesn't like it. The smell. Just look at that. Buttery popcorn, melted marshmallow, all your favorite candies. What's not to love? Now, I could eat on this for a while, but we got to stop for just a minute. You can customize this, like I said, any way you want. I would say if you're adding chocolatey candies that aren't in a shell, like Milk Duds or the Reese's, the Reese's cups that I added, you may want to add those after the marshmallow starts adding in, because they may tend to melt. And some of mine do, but that's okay for me. It doesn't really bother me. But this will be a hit for Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July. You can add the candy colors any way you choose, change it up according to the season or the holiday. It's just delicious. And movie night with the family, perfect. To celebrate a birthday or an event, perfect. Just like kids are getting out of school, perfect treat for them. And who doesn't love it? It's just great. So I do hope you try it, and I do hope you enjoy it. It's an old recipe, just one of those that's real fun and real good. So give us a thumbs up, click that subscribe button for more great content like this. Steph Stove, we're making memories one dish at a time. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day.